But y'all boys, we playing this game for the first time. All right, we playing Dead. What is it called? Dead Frontier. I'm not gonna lie. If anybody is gonna start anything in 2026 for, it's streaming, man. Anybody and everybody can start and should start a streaming / YouTube / any kind of career, is because one thing that definitely could have solved my problem since I started editing 4 years ago. If I would have started streaming, I feel like I could have been way farther. I would have had a bigger audience, and that's the one thing that one mistake and the one thing that I feel like I am doing now that is fixing, that could have fixed my problem years ago. Because I could have been stream clipping my stuff a long while ago. I could have been stream clipping my content. I made the silly mistake of making long form content first, and instead of starting some kind of like streaming platform, which I believe, like I said, if this is the mistake that I made that I'm fixing right now, that would have really solved all, like, a lot of problems, man. And it would be very great if all those videos that I've ever made were already posted on the internet and I can download them infinitely over and over again. If I had the capability, if I had the ability to be able to download the videos that I made years ago with all these, like, I feel like the world missed out on, man, I could have streamed those videos and I could have still had them on the internet. They could have still been streamed, so anybody could have watched it right now, what I'm talking about. So I could have still downloaded the stream that I missed out on, that I now, there's Terraria videos. I had so many. I came so far in Terraria and I could have streamed those videos. Those videos could have been streamed and people could have been seeing what I'm talking about right now. I would have probably made so many clips out of the videos I accidentally deleted, the videos that I had to delete because of storage issues. What I'm saying is, especially if you're making content and you haven't streamed yet, just because you're not a streamer or whatever, that's exactly the mistake that I made as a content creator. I made the same mistake of thinking just because I'm not a streamer, it doesn't. No, stream. Everybody should start streaming this year, and if not this year, as soon as possible. You know, I kind of just put 2 and 2 together. I just thought, like, when you're streaming, first of all, you already get the bonus that you can interact with your audience actively. I mean, everybody's got a unique personality, and that personality is the exact reason why you should stream. Like, that's the exact reason why, is because that's the audience. If you can create an audience streaming, dude, I used to call it lazy. But yeah, man, don't just watch my streams. Benefit from my streams. Stream yourself. You can either take my advice or you can leave it. I'm just saying, this is the advice that helped me become the person who I am today. It helped me. What the f is that? Don't take streaming for granted like I did, honestly. Yeah, if I'm gonna tell anybody to, oh, whoa. I think everyone deserves to start somewhere, and if I would have started that somewhere, oh my gosh, that is not, I feel like if I decided to start that streaming instead of recording videos so that I can post them for my long form content, then I would have been so much farther right now than I would have been. Streaming is the wave just as much as TikTok is and stuff like that. So it just goes hand in hand. No YouTuber would advise you to just do a random reaction out of nowhere in the middle of a gaming video. That's what I mean. In a stream, you can do that though. While you're streaming, you can actually do that. You can watch a random video and react to it while you're streaming, while you're playing the game, you can hop off the game, you can do around and do foolery outside of the game. You can do whatever you want in a stream. The stream is all about you, and that's the whole point. That's why streaming is so useful now. For people who want to build a personal brand, it becomes a literal tool to make content about you and about what you are actively doing right now. It makes what you are doing more important than, like, any content that anybody could be watching at the moment. They're watching you talk about streaming. Instead of watching me talk about streaming, why don't you go watch videos on learning how to stream? That's what I mean. It makes what I'm doing a lot more important, and I think that's why streaming is very underrated. I'm utilizing streaming so that I can actually stream clips. Hell, I'm using it so that I can make entire videos, long form videos, for specific reasons. When I started my content creating career, instead of jumping from step 0 to step 1, I went from step 0 to step 10. I see myself taking so much time out of my day to edit this stupid gaming video that I'm making that's only gonna get 100 views. I see that I'm wasting my time. Regardless of, even if people are like, oh, keep going, I'm like, no. I think I'm actually forcing myself to spend time on something that I'm not supposed to be doing, and that my heart and my spirit isn't aligned with at the end of the day. For me, that was my mistake. And now when I start making content on stuff that I feel like is very unaligned with my character, I get discouraged myself, and I start wondering what I should do, what kind of route I should take, and it's been like that for a very long time. I've been trying to create an audience for the longest. I want to do it the right way, and I think streaming now is the direction that I'm taking that I missed, that I should have took, that it was like beginner step. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. It advises diversifying your efforts and resources because the future is uncertain, encouraging wise stewardship and risk management. Think about that for a second. Like, bro, the whole Bible is giving you, in one way or another, it's giving you wisdom, which is more important and so much more valuable than money at the end of the day. That's why I choose to take this direction, is because this is driven and directed by the Holy Spirit, I believe. This game reminds me of Resident Evil. As I said before, I think I've always wanted to make content since I was a kid. You know, content became so bland for me. I felt like imposter syndrome so badly, and I couldn't get over it because, you know, I'm not gonna post anything I don't feel like is a part of my identity. I won't post anything that I feel like isn't a part of my identity. A lot of people are out here just kind of exposing themselves, especially when it comes to streaming. You know, I don't really condone that kind of behavior, that chaotic, like reckless, kind of arrogant behavior where you kind of think you're above others just because you kind of just like accidentally found the method, or like, I feel like everybody deserves the same amount of respect. Just going in here. I probably shouldn't, but hey. Ah! Yeah, just jump scared me. Nah, bro. That shit jump scares me, bro. Yo, is he holding a cross? Yo, this is badass. Yo, this is a badass image. Hold on. I'm actually praying for my audience. You know, I'm praying for my audience who's watching, because I know that once you start getting repetitive with the things that you're making, it starts to look the same. Then it starts to look not authentic. That's why they tell you to be consistent all the time. Always be consistent, this and that. People need to talk about burnout a little bit more. I'll definitely make a separate video on how I stream clip my own streams. That's my short summary of what I'm doing now on what oh man, I'm dead. That was far too. Yeah, I'm done playing this game. Bro, I feel like I'm so disturbed. What the f is that?